and it's been so wonderful to, I think, to be part of this with you, and certainly your your creativity and your concept around how to deal with African music is quite different from what I was
Yeah.
expecting, which is
Yeah.
great because you talked about you've talked a little bit about getting bored, and often that you like to sort of challenge structures and try
Exactly.
new
Yeah.
approaches.
Yeah.
And maybe I'd just like to invite you to sort of talk a little bit about who were the artists who really encouraged you or
Okay. Yeah.
inspirational
That.
to do that.
Yeah. It's very good question. Um, my dad was a military man.
Oh,
He was a military person. He was a major. That's his position. So he's very powerful in Africa, and he gets a lot of songs, music, and he always played Manu Dibango, Fela Kuti, um, oh, let me think. One of the Fela Kuti, and oh, there's one that I really like. No, Fela, of course, and um, uh, um, Rockafi Jazz. There's a name for their name. Um, in fact, and Joe Mensa, Ampedu, which is Ampedu. These guys are from Ghana. Um, um, some musicians from Nigeria. Others from Papa Wemba. Yeah, Papa Wemba. That's the man, Papa Wemba, and and also in the reggae system, he plays a lot of Bob Marley and Alpha Blondie and other Jimmy Cliff. Yeah, Jimmy Cliff. All this. Um, so I listen to all this music, and this man from South Africa, Hugh Masekela. Hugh Masekela, yeah. So this is my dad plays a lot of these people's music all the time, every time. Especially Sundays, it's very loud. Sunday, my dad is very loud because it's not going anywhere. So, yeah. So when I was in Osibisa, I swear, yeah, he said they are coming, Osibisa, and when I listened to the music, and I watched their videos, and I watched the way they play, and looking back to the Pan African Orchestra, I can see exactly the same style. It's more like a book, like booklet. You open one page and they read one page, so it's nice and nice. It's not like just a cup with water, just pour it and then that's it. So I was thinking in my mind and say in the future I would like to be like these musicians. I want to play, I want to have a sound like them. And up to now I've been trying to listen to other musicians to find the difference. I can tell you straight away that I've never heard any music like those people, style of music that they play. There's no way. Because everybody is playing. I mean, the musicians doing very well, but they're not playing like their music is not catchy, like not powerful. It's not like when you listen to it, at least there will saw 2 or 3 instruments that will capture you and say, oh, I like this, I like that. There's nothing like that. So for me, this is where I'm coming from. I'm coming from people like them, trying to play like their style, take their style of music, recompose it in a different modern way. Yeah. Sometimes I take some of my traditional folk songs and then add a little bit of jazz or the blues scales into it to make it sound a little bit more new. Yeah. So that's where I'm coming from. And I mean, if you listen to my music, you can tell there's a lot of changes and stuff. It's just because of the way I am, the way I've learned, studied. and this music is telling me, sometimes, if you listen to a lot of Senegal choral music, for example, it's very nice, but it's for a while you get bored because it's straight, and unless you have a very good choral player who can play transpose and play different keys, other than that, it's either one chord or two chord, and that's it. Ding, 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 and it's repeat it, and also when you are watching like that band is performing for an hour, so it becomes the same key.
Yes, yeah.
You listen to the same key for an hour, you get bored straight away. A lot of people I've seen a lot of musicians or a lot of people watching bands, and then in the middle of the session they just walk away. They're not going because they're not upset, but it's just they want to hear something different. So they go out and then clear their ears and come back, and then say, and what that's why I train. I mean, I've trained to be a singer for years before I stopped. So I try to pitch myself every key, and I try to sing different keys. I try to sing different keys. I don't want to say C. When we say C, that's hard. I can sing. No, so, and that's why our music, Ozi Ozaa music, is different. It's more. I don't know what to call it. Sometimes when people call it Afro music, I don't. I feel like I don't even sure. I'm not even sure whether it's Afro music or I don't know what people call it, but I personally call it music. Yeah. So and luckily, I'm very fortunate to have people like you and all these musicians, great musicians, individual musicians, amazing. That makes give me more confidence to write more music. That gives me a lot of trust me. I feel like I've come to the right place. I'm at the right place. Yeah, I'm in the right place right now with the right musicians.
It's one of the one of the big characteristics I think of your music is that there's often things that sound sometimes simple, and then there'll be something really weird. Oh,
Yes.
and it, and we'll lose our
Yeah.
mind for a little bit trying to figure out what is he
Yeah.
asking us to do, and it sometimes can be quite a lot of hard work. And I remember the first day we'd got everybody into the room, and you said, "Let's play this song first," and it's the hardest one. And
Yeah.
so it felt like it wasn't an easy. And you sort of said, "Look, we've got some time. We'll work it out, but let's just try the hardest song first, because everything
Yeah.
else is going to be easy after that point." And it was. It felt like just going straight into a cliff because yeah, no one really knew
Yeah.
where
That's that.
anything was
Yeah.
at any point.
I
And
know.
yeah, it really, but really, for me, inspirational in the sense that it really, I think all of us went back to the practice room and worked really, really hard to try to do the best that we could for the music that you've brought. And it's
I
been
really
wonderful.
appreciate. I realize I keep saying to Anita, if you guys can make time and go in and practice my song, why can't I make time and come? Yeah. I really appreciate it. Really, really, really appreciate it. If the band that we've got here now, if we step in England, will be different. Trust me. If we step in England, like performing in England, everybody will change us like this. Because majority of the bands in England is a band in name. It's a band in name. They don't have the musicians like this is the musicians. If you have the gig and then you call people 3 days, they rehearse. So always the band you can hear them playing, but it's not tight.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Yeah, I play with different bands as well. They call me. I haven't even rehearsed their music before. And soundcheck is my rehearsals. And then we play.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
we have
but
been working really hard as well.
that's what I'm saying. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
that's what I say.
I'm
We
just a couple of weeks ago, just to fill the audience in, is that we spent one day we spent 13 hours working through all of our songs, and then the next day we did
yeah,
about 4 or 5
for
hours,
5 hours. Yeah.
and yeah, and it was sounding
I
tight. Yeah,
yeah, tight. Yeah, I think if we keep doing that, like we have maybe end of the month. We have Saturday and Sunday.
Mm.
Boom, we make that day down. I mean, not up to lately because people will be doing their gigs and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then we know we've got that. Even if it's 2 songs, we know it's perfect. You know,
yeah.
because I've got, like I said, I've got more songs that I've written, and it's just because, especially the traditional music and stuff is, I find it a bit how, what word do I use? I find it, I don't feel like bring it now. I just want the musicians to understand a little bit. I'm giving you some time
Mm-hmm.
because if you start playing, a lot of people. Well, I know you can do it, but I want us to make it sound better the way I want it. You see,
Yeah.
so there is a lot of traditional stuff that we can do, and with Jeremy and James, there's so many things we can do. The three of us in the band.
Singing vocal stuff. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, not only vocal alone, but the
Oh,
percussion
right.
and the stuff. There's so many things that will change our style of the music. People, I mean, will be playing, and the solo session it changes everything. Come back to, yeah. There's another
Yeah,
workshop that I think we have to do
yeah.
again. But for now, we're taking it step by step. I'm very happy where we are now. To be honest with you, I was very. I saw one man today, a friend of my son's father, and he said, "Ah, I forgot that for you. Walmart is
Yeah,
cancelled." And I said, "Well, what can we do? There's nothing. There's
that's
nothing we
right.
can
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, there's
We,
nothing.
yeah.
But if we are lucky to go there next year, we'll be better." I said to him. I said to
Yeah,
him, next time if we go there, we are going to be even better than what we were going to be there.
yeah.
And then
Absolutely.
he
Yeah.
and he said to me, "That is, I really like that comment." And I said, "Yeah, yeah, that's what I believe." Yeah.
Just for context, though, just for people who are listening, is that just in the last couple of days we've had WOMAD has cancelled 2022 and will be moving. It'll be happening in 2023, and we've had a couple of other cancellations, and so I think this just living in COVID right now is interesting because you're constantly making goals, having to remake goals, and having to be really agile. And
Mm-hmm.
when you're working in a group where you've got maybe 11 people, trying to make sure everybody's in the same place
At the same time,
with the practices, and then trying to work out the how do you get all of those people to a concert to perform, and everyone feels happy about it. Everyone
mhm.
makes it there on time. All that sort of stuff. There's a certain amount of logistical. Uh, it's potentially a bit of a nightmare, but
Yeah, it
it's
is.
been really wonderful so far working with everybody. Um, I was given that we're probably not going to be doing a heap of gigging for a little while. I just thought it'd be interesting for you to talk a little bit about, because right now we're looking at your creative space where you're writing most of your tunes.
Yeah,
So you,
that's my drum.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's my keyboard and my guitars, everything around here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And I
it's
just
a,
to
it's a little bit
reiterate,
of mess.
yeah, yeah.
It's a little bit of mess. Let me show you. It's a little bit of mess, but you can see my drums and my electric drums, my
I don't
bass
think I can
amp.
see it here. Let's
Oh,
see.
you can.
I can see you.
Yeah. Oh, really? How can you?
It's at you.
Can you?
All right. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, gotcha. Oh, electric drums. Yep,
Electric
yep,
drums, and I've got the acoustic.
yep. Gotcha.
Yeah, and my little keyboard
Mm-hmm,
that I
mm-hmm.
use. Right, and I've got my xylophone, which another one that I'm making. I'm
Oh,
making a
wow,
new
look at
one.
that.
Yeah, yeah, I'm making it, and my guitars and bass and amps and
Yep.
stuff, and my congas. This is where I practice.
Oh, right. Yeah,
I've
yeah.
started. See how what I've done. I put my t-shirts on top of them because I
Yes.
don't want to make
Yes.
noise. The neighbors. Yeah,
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
I
That's
know.
the
I
hard thing
mean,
about having.
yeah, I know they won't bother. They won't say anything bad. I'm trying to, and also I don't want them to focus on me. I don't want people to come and say, "Oh, can I come? Can you come to teach me?" I don't want that. I just no. I'm trying to be a little bit selfish this for my pride. Yeah.
Just in terms of playing, certainly there's been a few times on stage where you've really started to let go, and
Mhm.
now you can play very very loud if you want to,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. I
and
can play
I can
very
imagine,
loud
yeah,
because I've played for dancers, and
that's
when you
right,
play for dancers, you have to be very loud. And this is the difference of me between my African drummers.
mm,
This is what I don't know about other people, but most of the people, African drummers I know, they don't understand the difference between playing with a band and playing for dancers.
right,
Yeah,
yeah,
playing with the band is completely different thing altogether. You are listening to all the different instruments. You need to relax. And playing
mhm,
for dancers, the dancers are expecting you to give them a signal for a change and everything. So you need to be loud for them to hear the call.
that's right,
So it's different. And so sometimes when some African drummers played with a band, they make noise, and some musicians, some guitarists will say, "Ah, it's too much. Can you?" They complain. A lot of people. So yeah, it's an interesting question. Yeah, but
yeah,
yeah, when I want to play, I can play. Yeah, I
you
want to
can,
play
yeah, yeah,
loud,
yeah.
I can play.
But I mean, generally not. But it was is when sometimes it was like he's not even there's no microphone on it, and it was filling
Yeah,
up the whole space acoustically,
exactly. Yeah.
and we were all amplified, and so that was a bit of a oh
Yeah.
okay,
Hmm.
um, yeah. And it's been I mean just the fact that you're a multi instrumentalist. I know that there's a few times when you'll say, oh, could you play it with sixths rather than thirds,
Yeah.
or this fingering, maybe, and it's great because we can yeah.
Easily, yes, you can easily understand the root. Yeah, because yeah, this is why I said I really respect you guys, because I have big respect for you guys, because you guys listen, you take things, you know. I mean, regardless of your level, you listen to and take things in, and that makes me feel really really comfortable. Because yeah, well, there's one guy, he plays guitar, Alfred Banama. He's a top guitar player. He plays with OCBSI. He played with all these top musicians, and he's in London. I play with him, and he always said to me, when you are playing with the white people, he's an African man, anyway. Anytime you are playing with the white people, make sure they play exactly what you want.
Yeah,
But the only way to do it is if you understand what you want.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm. He said, and I said to him, and I learned that from him as well, because I try to. He said, even if you write for them, they can play it, but sometimes because they are the Western musicians are a little bit into different style of music.
yeah,
They will play what you want, but in their way of the way they want it. But make sure you speak to them, and
yeah,
when you speak to them, they will play it like that. So,
yeah,
so I have that in mind, that I give space. I always want to give the space so people get what they want, play,
mhm,
and then once I know you've got it, but now you want to paint it or make it sound better, that's when I'll come in.
mhm,
That's what I'll say. I'll rather, it's nice, but I'll rather maybe you use the six or suspension or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but I don't really like to put pressure on individual musicians, because it's a lot going on. Yeah. I mean,
No,
they got
and
their
it's
own
great.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, no, it's a really comfortable space to be in, and but I was thinking it's a bit like speaking a language with a funny accent.
Hmm.
You can kind of
Yeah.
go, it's kind of like that, but you know you just quite you need to pronounce it just a little bit different, and then it'll
Yeah.
sound
And it's
authentic.
better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
um, we've been talking for about an hour, which has been wonderful. I
Yeah.
was wondering about what I'll just ask a few more questions, if that's okay. Um,
Yeah.
uh, in terms of you've got this, you know, we've covered 30, maybe 40 years almost of your life up to now. And I was
Yeah.
wondering about Are there any you've had these influences coming on? Are there any artists that you really like listening to right now
Yeah,
or current?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of artists. There's a lot of artists. I mean, I still like to listen to the old musicians.
Yep.
I still like them. They will be my favorite first,
Yep.
and then the second favorite will be, you know, this LA, whatever I call them, the band
LAB.
LAB. I like them.
Oh, cool.
I
Oh,
like I like
shout
their
out to
groove. Yeah,
Joel out there. I know if you're listening to this.
I really
Uh,
like them. Yeah, I
ah,
like the
lovely.
groove. I love their groove and their instrumentations. The rhythm are excellent. I really like them. Anytime I
Okay.
listen to them, anytime I listen to the music, it makes me feel like, wow, I really like that because you can tell where they're coming from straight away. They are
Yep.
playing with love. They are playing
Mm-mm.
with not with like computerized and just use effects or whatever. I mean, definitely you will use, but if you listen to the bass line, you can hear that it's playing from inside. If you
Yes.
hear the
Yes.
guitar player, you can see he's playing from inside, you know, and that makes a band a
Oh, nice.
stronger band. Yeah, so
Oh.
it's one of the band that I really like, and
Oh.
and and also, uh, I like to listen to the Maori uh, radio stations, the
Oh,
Maori
okay.
station. Yeah, and there are some interesting mus- mus- musicians there. I don't know their names, but I hear them and I can hear, and I'm like, wow. And sometimes the voice, the way they sing, it makes me feel back home. I feel like I'm at
Oh,
home.
yes.
Yeah, because they sing exactly the part, the harmonics, similar to Ghana, the
Yeah.
way we sing. And so I hear it, I'm like, wow, that is amazing. I wish I've got female singers like that in our band.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes reggae, and sometimes some nice reggae music, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, I really. So yeah, there are some few bands that I listen to in the radio station, and then, um, of course the 105 radio station is the Wakato something. They played old stuff,
Oh,
old tunes.
105.4.
Yeah, no, 105.1 or point zero or something,
Oh, okay.
and the and one and point four as well. Yeah,
Yep.
and point four. They play really old stuff, old schools, and I
Ah, yeah.
really
This is.
love
I
it.
think this is
Yeah,
the station. It's called the
yeah,
station. Yeah. Yeah.
they are
Shout
right.
out to
Yeah,
Grant for running. That's a great radio station. Thank you, Grant, for
yeah,
providing that.
yeah. I really like that one as well. Um, and I don't know the names of the bands to be honest, but I've been listening to some of the young ones as well, the youth
Yep.
music. My only problem with the youth musicians who play is that I know it's they'll call it modern music, but they are very, how what do I say? It's light. There's a lot of space in their music.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of space, and they can sing
Mm.
really well. You know, they've got really well. Like this song. Um, oh, there's one song I'm teaching one of my students. I don't know, I've forgotten the name, and I can tell the whole song. And I was playing the track, and I was playing a guitar. I was playing something different, and
Mm.
another teacher was saying to me, "Why don't you play that in the recording for them?" And I said, "Well, I would love to, but this is
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. That is the music is okay, but there is more space which needs to be filled."
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like. I haven't been out too much listening to a lot of bands, but hearing from the radios, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, my favorite band, LAB.
I was actually talking to Joel, the singer from LAB, last night, and they're just about to go on tour through Australia,
Yeah.
which is wonderful, right? Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
all power to
I
you
like
guys.
the band. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe we should try and get an opening spot. So Joel, if you're watching this, yeah,
Hmm.
hook us up. Um,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be very great. Yeah. And so yeah,
uh,
so
and
um For Ozi Ozaa, for example, Ozi Ozaa, this is the first phase. The first phase, we got different phases coming because,
That's
like I
it.
said, I compose different style of music. I mean, and I know with you guys,
Hmm.
I'm not scared. I'm with you guys. Yeah, I feel like I've got people that I can compose and then give it to them and they'll polish it. And I like James, for example. I mean, I like his ideas of how he listened to something. He's like, can we take it this way? Yeah, I'm expecting that. I'm expecting that. That I'm looking for somebody to say something. And this is the difference between you guys and the people in the UK. They don't say anything. They just come and play and then off they go.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Well,
it makes, I don't
yeah.
know, but it makes me feel like they are just there to play rather than there to be part of it. You know, to
Yeah.
be part of
I
it
mean,
is the best.
one thing which I'd love to do is actually, I mean, we've kind of looked at your story, and I mean, the rest of Uzi all have these own little stories, and like say, for example, you talked about James Hughes, who was did a lot of the arranging for Batucada Sound Machine, who
Mm-hmm.
John from LAB used to be the singer for, and so he had sort of developed that kind of approach
Mm-hmm.
in that in Batucada Sound Machine, and they did really well, did lots of tours over the years, and so I don't want to say that Ozi Ozaa is kind of a super group, but there's just so many stories and so much experience, and that we're all trying to help you
Mm-hmm.
realize your vision. But obviously, there's all these different skill sets we've got. Um,
Exactly. Yeah, I
yeah,
can
yeah,
see. I don't. I can see. I know that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
know all the skills that you guys have got, and slowly, slowly, I know you guys will put everything into it, and
Mm,
things will be.
yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said to friends, I mean, we are very disappointed with the cancellation of Walmart, but for the good of the country, yeah, we just have to appreciate that for them. But I'm hoping that we'll be there again.
Yep.
So yeah,
We just also we've got this upcoming, because we've got this space. We're now starting to talk about recording,
mm,
and that sort of process. And so
yeah,
um, potentially, silver lining to the cloud of COVID. And I feel really optimistic that whatever comes out of that's going to be great. And to all the listeners out there, if you're wanting to keep keep up to date with our recording process, we'll be documenting that as we go, and
yeah,
letting you know what the progress is. And if you're wanting to pre-buy stuff or help support us, in fact, yeah, do reach out if you're wanting to, yeah, help us make an album, because that's
yeah. Of course, that's
yeah,
our aim. I've got I've got not my wife. I've got a traditional um materials that we will be good to sew some tops.
oh, nice, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So, but what I've got one verse that um we did when we had a wedding. There's a lady in Katikati. She made it, and it's like a verse with African in front. So it's like just you can wear black t-shirt underneath and then wear the vest with, which is nice. But I thought I would have to show it to you guys, and then if I mean there's different style. There's some styles I don't like in African wear. There's some African wear that I don't like because you people don't understand what it means. But some mean there are meanings on for the African
Is
clothes.
it
So
like when some people get like tattoos and it says, in a different language, and it says something like "I'm an idiot"?
yeah, something like that. There's some T-shirt that you wear when
Yeah,
if you wear it in Africa, you are an idiot.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there are some things like that. So
yep.
yeah, but I'll show you some pictures of the ones that when you wear it, they value you as this person, that we can think of
Mm,
what style or what shape you want it, and then we measure our size, and then
mm.
I'll give it to the lady because she will be very happy to do it. She did it for me for free. I mean, I'm not
Oh,
expecting her to do it for free, but she plays
mm.
the piano as badly. She plays the piano really well. So I rehearsed with her in the flute. Yeah, I used to go to her house and play with the flute. Yeah, so it's one thing I'm thinking about that we should get. So when we're on stage, we look more like we're a
The
team.
band. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which is not bad. Yeah. So
So
yeah, like I said, let's think about a recording as well.
yeah.
Because
Yeah. So
I was thinking when if we had been at Walmart this year, we might not have much to sell because we don't have much. But this is the time, I think this is the time for us to do some recordings. Now that we understand the music, everybody's comfortable playing the music. We just have to find. I mean, I saw one of them on the face in the messenger. Somebody who wrote, I've just bought um something that we can record.
oh, this is Tim. He has a
Team, yeah,
track. Yeah, ADAT. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
which is not bad. I don't think we really need a
12 tracks. It's
bigger
all right.
studio.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I don't think we need a bigger studio because if we have 12 tracks, we can do dubbing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, yeah, we can do dubbings. I mean, we can just play, especially for the singers especially. We can just sing for a guide
Yeah, yeah.
with that microphone for a guide, like we did it with my recording, the new ones.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm sure you guys have got better ideas that we should do and record and get the music done, and then we have something wherever we play. Yeah, we got something to sell as well,
Yeah.
or to give.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think that's one of the blessings of having a really big group of people who've all got skills is that that when you start to pull together and you say, well, wait, how many collective microphones do we all own together?
yeah,
How yeah, what actually are, and I think that to a certain extent that the band is a kind of a community, and when communities can come together, they can draw on each other's expertise, on each other's
yeah,
resources, and I think that's um, I'd like to thank you, Yao, for being kind of like being a bit of the glue that holds this community together.
mm,
And I've really enjoyed, talking and hearing your story. And I know for a fact that there's a whole other heap of other stuff that we haven't even talked about. I did
yep,
want I'd love to hear a bit more if you feel comfortable in the future to talk about the place in Ghana where you're from, in
yeah,
terms of your background. There's this long history and ancestry,
yeah, exactly. It's a long history, so it's like now, yeah, yeah. Let's next time when we make a time to talk about those things. Yeah,
yeah,
but for now, it's just yeah. I'm also feel like yeah. I'm very happy to have you to meet you. Let me put it this way,
yeah.
to meet you the first time, and you know what? That time when we met, I went to perform with Mav's sister's wedding anniversary. And when I finished with Mavs, and then Felix called me, said, "Oh, they are at this pub. Can I come around and they play?" And I was just like, "Oh no, I want to go back to Connecticut." I was going to jump on the bus and go, and I said, "Well, I've got like 4 hours before the bus will leave,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'll come." So I just came and I met you. So
Right.
everything has got there's a reason for everything. Yeah.
Mm.
In fact, I'm going to write a song about it. There's a reason.
Yeah. Um, it's funny is that you talk about Osibisa, right? And
Yeah.
I have memories of when I was maybe 4 years old, looking through record collections, and I remember you pull out the Osibisa one, and they had the weirdest covers. Hey, like a big flying elephant with
Yeah.
wasp wings and stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
this? I, at that stage, I wasn't listening to the music. I was just kind of wow.
Well, yeah.
And later on, I got given a mixtape with Manu Dibango on it. And
Yeah,
again, I
Manu
didn't know
Dibango.
what I was listening to, but it was great. And
Yeah,
so it sort of feels as like there's been this lovely parallel pathway that we've kind of
yep,
made up now.
yeah,
Yeah, very happy.
yeah.
Wonderful.
So
So I'm
yeah,
looking forward to hear this new song and perhaps
yeah. I've done. I was going to tell you. I'm going to send Dr. Bruce and the new song that I've re-recorded Dr. Bruce again because the key was low for me, so
all right.
I've changed the key into different key and another song, and then this time what I've noticed now I'm going to write I've got the MIDI with all the songs, so I've prepared all the MIDIs and then go the file. I'll get the MIDI file, and then if I have to send it to what is his name, and but somebody was telling me that Hero doesn't have time. His time is very, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
this is our trumpet player, Hiro. Yeah,
yeah,
he is a workaholic. Yes.
yeah. But
I
it's amazing. I really like it.
I don't know how it works, but
God,
I
it's got the energy.
yep, he is,
Hero,
and he still
yeah,
hits all the high notes, and it's pretty
yeah.
amazing. He's a
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. It's got that energy, and I really like him. I'm so happy that I've got people like Hero playing with me. You
yeah,
know. So when his pitch is so
yeah. Oh,
accurate, yeah,
well,
yeah.
because
And
did you hear that? Was it maybe earlier on this year? He was like the lead trumpeter in the Bay of Plenty Orchestra, and he was
no,
doing this lead trumpet part for a whole orchestral piece. So he
he
can
can
play,
pitch.
and
Yeah, yeah. To
it's
play
so
with an
yeah,
orchestra. Yeah, to play with an orchestra. I know. I've been in an orchestra before, so I know. I
yeah,
know what it takes like to be a lead trumpet
yeah,
player. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, uh,
Uh,
yeah. It's
so
not easy.
yeah.
Right.
Oh
I
well,
think. Yeah, I'm starving now, and
yep,
I haven't have my
yep.
dinner yet.
Yeah.
So
Oh
yeah,
really? Oh okay.
yeah. No, it's fine.
Mhm. Uh,
I'm not working. I'm not tomorrow. I'm not working, so it's fine. But I'll do some housework.
Good.
Try
Ozi
and
Ozaa
save money
means work and happiness,
and
right?
happiness. That's what it
Yeah,
means.
yeah,
Yeah, I got it
yeah.
from the farmers. You know, the farmers in the country. Different. That's what it means. When they work really hard, Ozaa.
Mhm.
And when Ozi means the hard, Ozaa means the easy part. So Ozaa. So when you work really hard and you're tired, you come home, you shower, eat your dinner, and then you just relax. And then that's when the music starts.
Yeah. Right,
Yeah, you
right.
see, yeah. Those who
And I
can
definitely
bring,
would
those who want to
say
play.
that being in your band is Ozi Ozaa because
Yeah, it's
because
tough.
it's lots of hard work
It's
and a lot of joy. Yeah,
a lot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right then. So
All right.
hopefully we should hook up again, and then we'll talk about
Yeah.
um,
So that was I've just had a great chat with Yaw, and yeah, if you're wanting to know if you've got any other questions, we can talk a little bit about Yaw's background and potentially looking at our upcoming projects. If you want to ask some questions about some of the other band members that we've got, that's wonderful as well. And yeah, looking forward to hear from you. And if you want to support us, get in touch with us. Go to our website, which will be down there in the added information below, and like us on Facebook, and hopefully we'll have an album out and we'll link it to you, probably on Bandcamp and other places. And yeah, buy it, support us, and come to our gigs when gigs are possible. Catch you later.